Wasted World of Sports, ahoy! How are we doing tonight? Wow, what a big game it was yesterday, huh? Brisbane Broncos, their first real test of the season. Epic fail. And in updates, Reece Walsh has been charged by the match review committee for a shoulder charge. I called it a shoulder charge on the night, so go me. Zo, please, ahoy, how are you doing? Always nice to see you there, Zo. So this will be the last game of the round for us here at Wasted Water Sports. Coming up, Game ML, ahoy. Very busy for the rest of the weekend, so I won't be able to do any more of the games. NRL with Braden, ahoy. We're just waiting for this Bulldogs-Warriors game to end. And the Panthers-Roosters blockbuster, hopefully a blockbuster, coming up next. Where's my logos? There we go. Penrith Panthers, Sydney Roosters, coming up next. Right here to cover all the action on the Wasted Water Sports Live. A very scrappy end to the match here as the Warriors walk away victorious, 24 points to 12. Another disappointing performance by a very, very understrength Bulldogs team, but still, you would expect that they would put up a little bit more of an effort. A big, big injury crisis there for the Doggies, but just offering very little at the moment. And it's been a disappointing season for them. 24 points to 12, Warriors victorious in that game. I'm so glad I didn't stream it. I thought about it. It made sense. And anyways, this is a new experience for me because KO is playing up so badly today. So badly. The worst that KO has ever been playing up since I've had the service. I have switched over to Sky Sports in New Zealand. It's a very different looking panel. And if it keeps up, KO I mean, if it keeps up the way that it is, I might move over to Sky Sports full time. The thing that frustrates me about KO is that so many people are complaining about the same thing, but still, it's always just that standard response. Head on over. We've got help on the website, technical support. It's not our issue, KO. It is not our issue. There is something wrong with your service. Fix it. Sky Sports tonight hasn't even so much as buffered. Ed Vogel, ahoy, mate. How are you doing? James Intox, ahoy. Panthers Roosters coming up next. I am watching it on Sky Sports. Bugger it. I'm not even going to give KO another moment of my time this evening. 6 minutes to go till kickoff. Big, big game. Let's check out my multi for this one. I've got a huge multi on, so I'm hoping to see lots of tries. 5 legs. Dylan Edwards. Stephen Crichton. Brian To'o for the Panthers. James Tedesco and Jackson Paulo for the Roosters. Bring it on. I can't wait. It's actually going to be worth something in the range of... somewhere in the range of about $900 if it pays out. So fingers crossed on that one. Come on, try scorers. Try scorers are plenty. Sorry, James, I can't support unders because I need my try scorers to get up. If this multi gets up, it will have made the entire year successful in one hit. So that being said, it's probably going to be a really, really low-scoring, tight affair. Game ML says 2 times logged me out, couldn't log back in until 2 minutes later, and it kept... But yeah, exactly the same. Exactly the same was happening, Game ML, for me. Switch over to Sky Sports New Zealand. Much, much better service. I'm not going to lie, I have absolutely no idea who the panelists are. It's been a very... And I'll tell you what, New Zealand advertising's a little bit different. Not as different as American advertising. Geez, you see some bizarre stuff. Watching the baseball in the mornings, you see some bizarre ads from the Americans. Oh, here we go. Around the grounds to the Super Rugby. The Queensland Reds have defeated the Chiefs in a dramatic 3 points difference, breaking their 10 winning game streak. It also happened 10 years after their last win on New Zealand soil. So they did it in New Zealand. That's even more impressive. I've always had a little bit of a soft spot for the Queensland Reds, I must admit. So that's good to hear. Because the Chiefs don't need another victory, I don't believe. I'm pretty sure that they're sitting pretty up towards the top of Super Rugby, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, they are. They're well and truly on top. The Reds move up to 6th on the back of that, huh? So they might be... They're potentially threatening for a final spot, I suppose. Oh, yeah. The Chiefs are the favourite to win this year. Well, there you go. I've still got my Chiefs jersey somewhere. Oh, hey, how did we go with our State of Origin selections last night, huh? Once again, we did not get a complete team out of the way. To be fair, we couldn't even agree on a halves pairing, so it was always going to be a bit difficult to get a whole team out of it. I'm sorry, I just don't get it. I really don't. I just don't understand it, Vobsy. I don't understand picking players out of position. And nothing will convince me otherwise. But knowing Freddie Fittler and Brandy Alexander, they're going to pick something completely out of left field and ridiculous. And we'll all be scratching our heads. Bring on this contest, though. Christina Petrovsky, ahoy. Welcome along. Liam Martin has made it onto the interchange bench for this one. Starstream, ahoy, how are you doing? Nice to see some old familiar faces out there tonight. Ed Vogel, I'm not sure. I want to watch Roosters game. Chiefs-Reds game was really good and entertaining, and I know my Roosters is currently vulnerable. Brisbane Broncos, established 1988. Ahoy there, and welcome along. Both teams getting ready to come out onto the park. Oh, dear. All right. Let's stick with Sky Sports. Somebody switched the settings around. Christina Petrovsky says, Roosters, you all must go for it tonight. Going to be a good game. I really hope so. I want to see a lot of tries. As you can see, 5 legs of my multi as the Roosters make their way out onto the park. 5 legs in my multi. So let's see a nice high-scoring game with plenty of tries, plenty of opportunities for my guys to get over. At the end of the day, I don't really care who wins. I've tipped Panthers. But the Roosters, they badly need a big scalp, don't they? Oh, yeah. By the way, I forgot to talk about this. Thank you, Vopsy, for reminding me. Spencer Leniu has ruptured his testicale in training. I really do wonder how he managed that. But at the same time, I also try not to think about it. I mean, a ruptured testicle? Jeez. That is a pain no man should have to endure. I'm sure of it. I mean, it would have to hurt. Here we go. The Roosters have been waiting for a little while, and here come the Panthers now. Out onto their home turf. Big game, this one. Oh, there's a sea of black in the crowd. The home team getting a lot of support. All the supporters are geared up. Will, ahoy there, mate. How you doing? All eyes on this one this weekend. This was the game I was probably most looking forward to, in all honesty, round 11. Well, the Storm Broncos game as well, of course. But yeah, for the rest of the weekend, it's pretty average looking lineup. Sharks, Sea Eagles should be a good one on Sunday afternoon. But yeah, some pretty average looking games coming up over the course of the weekend. So you know what's going to happen. They're probably going to be fantastic. Let's get underway, though. The main event of tonight. Remember, the Warriors got the win earlier against the Bulldogs, 24-12. That's the Roosters with first use, and Big Jared with the first hit up. A wall of defenders to meet him, though. Big defense again by the Panthers. Yo involved. Kenny involved. Hoskin involved. Big shot put on there. You don't run into Moses Leota. Run the other way. Go backwards to get around him if you have to. And this is a massive set of defense here from Penrith. Solid hits. Every single time. And now the mistake from the Roosters. Oh, it's an atrocious start for them on the back of attacking defense from the Panthers. Angus Crichton just spills these beans right out the front door. Big hits, every tackle, the mistake comes. Oh, and Cleary's letting him know about it as well. His one-time New South Wales teammate. Having a cheeky little dig there. And that is a very poor start from the Roosters. Scrum down, Penrith, 30 out. Cleary, short ball. And it's Peachy tackled. Just 10 out from the line. 20 out. Sorry. Isaiah, yo, up over the 10 now. Here go the Panthers. To the right-hand side, Yo plays Linkman again. Out the back to Cleary. Short pass. And a great tackle by Cleary. Gets underneath Zach Hoskin and keeps him out. Here's Luai. Inside pass. Sorensen taken down. Fifth and last now, Panthers. What can they come up with? They go to the right. Cleary, crossfield kick, puts it high. It's taken extremely well by Billy Smith, under pressure. And it's going to be a line dropout. Oh, I wondered why the referee was calling for a line dropout. He's taken the ball on the full in the end goal. It's a 20-metre tap for the Roosters, and they survive their first threat of the evening. 7 tackle set. Can they do better this time? Big defence again from the Panthers. Blindside play. And Crichton holds onto the ball this time. Angus, that is. Jared goes forward. Big Jared. They take him down, but that's some good meters. Up over halfway. Roosters on tackle 4. To H.A. Daz. Ahoy there. The Chooks were pretty poor on Magic Round. They weren't the only ones. David Stevens. Ahoy. Oh, Cleary puts it high. Edwards moves forward. It beats everybody. It's still beating everybody. It's 6 more tackles for the Roosters. Oh, Tedesco didn't know. Tedesco did not realise they had the 6 again call. And he's put a kick in on the set restart. Oh, you can't believe it. What a let-off for the Panthers. Oh, Teddy Tedesco, when he sees the replay of that. Vopsy, I'm watching on Sky Sports New Zealand because KO is just unwatchable tonight. This is a Panthers home game, Daz. Oh, they've made a mess of it at the back here. Corey Allen. Did he get a touch on it? I think he missed it completely. Very, very lucky there. That could have gone anywhere. Yeah, I don't know if I trust KO to switch over to it. Oh, look, I'll give it a go, Vopsy. I'll give it a go. I'll see if they've improved over the course of the last half hour or so. I'll give them a chance. Since I'm paying for it, I may as well give them a chance. All right. Let's try and catch up. Roosters survive another attacking threat by the looks of it. Joey Manu's blown up. And we've got an injury on top of that. You've got to feel sorry for the Roosters at the moment. Jackson Paulo. Oh, God! No, Jackson Paulo can't be hurt. He's in my multi. Oh, come on. Come on, Jackson. Up you get, mate. Oh, terrible kick by Cleary. Sorry, they were just showing a replay there. All right, he's up. He's up and about. That's good news for everyone with Jackson Paulo in their multi. Fifth and last, Roosters up to the 40-metre line they go, but driven backwards. Here he will be kicking from well inside his own 40 again, and Edwards is there to take it on the full. Weaving his way back, Mr. Reliable, Dylan Edwards. You've got Roosters win and Paulo to score. Your bias may have got the best of you in your multi. Well, and here is a penalty. Roosters penalty. Giving away a penalty, that is. Inside the 10 metres. James Intox has got unders, 37.5, and second half most points. Yes, well, I'll need to start seeing some tries soon. If I don't start seeing some tries soon, I will get very concerned about this all or nothing multi that I've thrown on tonight. Panthers keep the ball alive here on tackle 2. Edwards to Hosking. Hosking trying to find a gap, can't find one. To the left-hand side they go. Cleary, inside ball. Fisher Harris with the offload. And Sorensen will score. Scotty Sorensen will score. That's not what I wanted. The Panthers go up 4 points to 0 early. But not in my multi. Anywhere to be found is Scott Sorensen. Right beside the post, and it's an easy conversion. It's about to be 6 points to 0. And that's a solid-looking start for the Panthers. Just solidifying their favoritism for the tournament. Which was another debate that we had last night, wasn't it? Whoa! Sonny Taruva's just done a complete flip. And it looked a little bit more eloquent than Aaron Woods when he did that leap in State of Origin and everybody moved out of his way. Great offload by Fisher Harris. Keeping that ball alive. And a very easy conversion, as I said, incoming. It is about to be 6 points to 0 in favour of the Panthers. Great start for them. Not a great start for my multi. Hey, Baden 944. Thank you very much for the follow. Now we've got a Baden and a Braden. Very well, mate. How are you? Conversion successful. 6 points to 0. Panthers. They have started strong, the reigning premiers. Yes, earlier today, for those who may have missed it, 24 points to 12. The Warriors victorious over the Bulldogs. Quite comfortably, really, it must be said. Very, very comfortable victory. Baden asks, who's winning, Broncos or Warrior in round 13? Where's the game? Suncorp, probably. I think the Warriors are always a chance if they're at home, but if it's at Suncorp, as it likely is, then I should imagine the Broncos would win quite comfortably. Cleary from inside the 40. Roosters are back there, though. Corey Allen perfectly positioned to cut off any threat of a 40-20 touch finder. Big defense here from the Panthers. I just can't get over the hits. Very, very solid start defensively. Yes, Jared Hayne got sentenced to three years in jail today. Another little tidbit in case you haven't heard about it. Victor Radley slow to get up here, holding the back of he's holding the back of his ear. He's not happy. He's fired up as Victor Radley. He's having a go at the referee. Fifth and last. Cleary kicking from inside his 40 again. Straight down the throat of the man back there, Mr. Reliable, Dylan Edwards. How much would you love to see Dylan Edwards in the sky blue? Unfortunately, there's going to be no replacing James Tedesco. Up over halfway, Panthers again. Cleary sends Crichton cutting back on the inside. They're approaching attacking range once more. An early kick on tackle 4 in behind the line, and it bounces just before the touchline. Cleary's not happy about that kick. He's definitely overcooked it. I dare say he wanted that to pop up and stay in. Way too heavy on the kick there, Cleary. Big defense again. Driving the Roosters backwards in every tackle. I don't think I've seen one tackle yet where the Roosters have got go forward. Such huge defense coming in here from the Panthers. And again, driving Angus Crichton backwards in a two-man tackle. And now the mistake from Jared Waerea-Hargreaves. These big defensive hits are causing the Roosters forwards to just have a sneaky peek up at the line before they catch the ball, and they're making some simple errors. This must be hard to watch for Rooster supporters. I don't know, is it, Vopsy? Scrum down again. Panthers 20 out from the line. Here they come again. Penrith. Peachy takes on the defensive wall. Can't get through. Cleary. Oh, Fisher Harris cutting back infield. Tackle 2. 10 out. Cleary standing in field goal position. Just 10 out from the line still on tackle 3. Lined up to the left here. Yo. Fisher Harris cuts back inside again. Yo runs across the face. Out the back to Cleary. Short ball. Sorensen's caught short of the line. Fifth and last. Back to Cleary. Puts the ball high across field. Hoskin takes it, keeps it alive, and there to intercept Angus Crichton. They hold on. But look at the field position. The Roosters trying to bring the ball back out of their own half. They're just getting driven backwards in every contact. And up inside the 10. Mitch Kenny a little bit too enthusiastic this time. You've got to make sure you get the timing just right. And what a relieving penalty that is for the Roosters. Boy, did they need that. Maybe KO is purposely crap so Murdoch Media funnels you into paying more and going to Fox. I don't understand why they would do that, though, because I mean, they're still getting all the KO money. I understand the philosophy. Foxtel's more expensive, but I don't know. It doesn't make a whole lot of business sense to me. You would think if they provided a really solid service on KO, there'd be a lot more people that stuck with KO than would switch back to Foxtel just for the footy. Keeping the ball alive here now. And a simple mistake. To'o had run in off his wing, and the Roosters had the overlap. And Billy Smith, who had such a cracking game in a losing effort last weekend, More simple mistakes from the Roosters, and they are just destroying themselves here tonight. Panthers, a very easy let off there. Jonathan Manson, Reds victorious tonight. Chiefs' first loss at home. Big news across the codes in the rugby union. Now the Panthers. Things looking a little bit different here where they're having to bring the ball out of their own end. It's not all smooth sailing for them. But Dylan Edwards, he gets through the first tackle and he gets them up to halfway. Oh, Dylan Edwards, you've got to love him. Mr. Reliable. I would have him in my team. He would be the first man picked in every team. James Intox says, go the 76ers, just so Michelle can stop talking about the NBA. Christina Petrovsky, I'll tell you what's happening. What's happening is the Roosters, some fundamental errors. They've just been killing themselves. Out the back to Tedesco, nearly gets himself all tangled up in an obstruction call. Fifth and last, and Cleary, for the first time I can remember, he's not kicking the ball from inside his own 40. But To'o is there, perfectly positioned to take the hit up. And now Crichton. Held up on the 30-metre line. Tackle 2. Edwards involved. Peachy is going through the motions here, the Panthers. Fourth tackle. Up towards halfway they go. Fisher Harris goes up over halfway. What a run. But it's the fifth and last. Goes to Luai for the kick. A high ball into the corner. The chase is a good one from Taruva. And Paulo takes it well and surrenders. But now look where the Roosters are positioned. Bringing the ball back out of their own end once more. And the Panthers apply that defensive pressure again. Keeping the Roosters pinned down here. Fifth and last, Roosters. Cleary will be kicking from inside the 40 again, or just outside it. And that's a better kick. It finds the turf. To'o's back to collect it. And he brings it back to his own 20. As the Panthers hold on to this 6 points to 0 lead. Doing it quite comfortably at the moment, especially defensively. I wouldn't say they're looking very threatening on attack. But they're not really trying anything too fancy at the moment. The Panthers are the sort of team, they're more than happy to win 6-0. They will just go through the motions, get through their sets, get a kick away, and force the opposition into a mistake. Back up over halfway, they go fifth and last. That's the type of team the Panthers are. To Cleary, Luai, they're running it on the last. They've got them with the overlap here. A simple draw and pass is all that's needed. Cutting back in field as Peachy keeps the ball alive. And up in support on the inside, Mr. Reliable, Dylan Edwards. Oh, I thought for sure that Tyrone Peachy had completely bollocks that up when he cut back in field. A simple draw and pass on Tedesco was all that was needed. And he made it a lot more difficult than it needed to be. Jerome Luai with the vision. Starting this whole play. Oh, I thought Peachy had totally balls that up. Mr. Reliable on the inside. Try time, Penrith. A tick off the multi. Let's go. $10 to 0. Kick to come from right in front. Everyone's pushed over to the left, expecting Cleary to get the ball. Luai gets it. The vision to see the numbers. There is no way we're breaking up that combo for State of Origin. I'm sorry. $10 to 0. Kick from right in front. It should be a very easy one for Cleary. Right in front of the sticks. Over it goes. Easy as you like. It is the Panthers 12. Sydney Roosters zip. Oh, Tyrone Peachy cutting back in field there. Oh, I thought he'd blown it. Oh, I really thought he'd blown it. $12 to 0. What a turn up this is. Oh, Trent Robinson looks really unhappy in the coach's box. Oh, he looks really, really miserable. And look at the wind-up here from Moses Leota. He put everything into that run. This could become a long old night for the Roosters as Yo tries to step his way through. Post-contact meters galore for Isaiah Yo, and he gets the offload away. Surely he was held at some point there. And Edwards there in support again. Up over halfway on tackle 3. Now they spread it to the right. Hosking. Taken down on tackle 4. Goes back to Cleary. He dummies a kick. It's out to Luai. Puts the little skip step on. And Sorensen supporting on the inside. 5th and last. 40 out from the line, the Panthers. Cleary puts it high. A high looping bomb. This is a big test. Oh, and he passes with flying colours. Allen. But once again, look where they are. Look where they're positioned. Oops, a juggle there from Paulo. And very nearly one of those Roosters mistakes again. That was so close. Matt Lodge on the field. That is a big unit. Look at the size of him. Tedesco wrangled down in the tackle of Hoskin. 5th and last. They're still inside their own half again. Here his kick is met with forward momentum by Dylan Edwards. And the Panthers will be starting from the 40-metre line. Great field position. To'o dummies out to the left. Takes it to contact himself. Why wouldn't you? All the momentum with the Panthers here. Taruva with a big run. Leota charges up. They're 30 metres out here now. The Panthers on tackle 4. They're just eating up metres at will. Short ball from Cleary to Hoskin. 5th and last, 20 out in front of the posts. Take a droppy. Cleary runs to the line. Short ball to Sorensen. Pops it back to Luai. Luai steps. Steps back. Still going Luai. But he's caught on the 5th and last. Just 2 metres out from the line. Oh, Jerome is playing for that origin spot tonight. Here comes the cheese. Brandon Smith onto the park now. Trying to bring some life into this Roosters pack. driven backwards in the tackle again, the Roosters. You've got to ask the question, though, can a team keep up this level of intensity on defence for a full 80 minutes? What a hit by Liam Martin, knocking Matthew Lodge backwards. He pops the ball out the back. It's a good result for the Roosters, but what a hit by Liam Martin. And now they're running it. They've created an overlap. Here go the Roosters. Corey Allen's away. Tedesco supporting on the inside. Oh, he passes it. Tedesco was calling for the kick. Fifth and last, crossfield kick. Pressure's on. Nobody catches it. And it dribbles over the sideline. Oh, Tedesco was calling for the kick to be put in. Look at this tackle by Liam Martin. Oh, he just sizes up Matt Lodge, and he lets him know about it afterwards too. Oh, he was pleased with that hit. Panthers well on top here. An early kick, tackle 3. Cleary turns them around. It's a great kick. Paulo's back for it, but just turning the Roosters around and saying, run it back at us. And this is what the Panthers will continue to do all night now that they're ahead and establish themselves. That's all they're going to do. Nothing too fancy from the reigning premiers. I just can't get over the sting in these tackles. I can't get over it. It's been immense defensive pressure here by the Panthers. Bradley with a good run, though. Bringing the Roosters up towards the halfway line. They're having some success down this left-hand edge. Fifth and last on Angus Crichton. Staying on the blind side is Brendan Smith. Tedesco dummies, goes on his own. Pops it back to Smith. Smith gets the kick away. He gets the ball back. Brendan Smith is a one-man show at the moment. And it's 6 again for the Roosters. Can they create something here on the back of some genius by Brendan Smith? Oh, the cheese. Putting on a show. Lodge has his legs cut out from under him. Cleary to Manu. Manu takes it to the line. Manu takes them on his own. And he's just short of the line. Tackle 4. Tupanua with the hit up. Just settles things down on the 5th and last. Here we go. What can they come up with? The Roosters. Lodge getting the ball on the 5th. That's probably not what they wanted. Racing up out of the line, though, was To'o. It's messy. It's scrambling. Tedesco's got nowhere to go. Pops it out the back. It was not played at. And that will be a very meek and miserable handover from the Roosters. Headless. Clueless play. Why was Matt Lodge receiving the ball first on tackle 5 in any situation? I don't care if there were no defenders even standing in front of him. Matt Lodge should not be getting the ball as first receiver on the 5th and last, 5 meters out from the line. They're just... Everything just seems rushed and clueless at the moment from the Roosters all season. Staying on the short side here, the Panthers. No, they come back to the left. Sorensen on the 5th and last. They're 40 meters out. Cleary puts it high. How's the kick chase? It's not good enough. Corey Allen will take this under no pressure at all. But now he's driven backwards. Just a meter out of the line. Big defense again. The Panthers have just not gone down. They haven't switched off the intensity. This defense has just been rock solid. Tupanua now trying to get some go forward. Drops to the ground. Oh, a loose play of the ball. Lodge with the offload. Now Brendan Smith, what can he come up with? He takes on Luai, and he makes some meters underneath the tackle. Fifth and last on the 40. Cleary from inside the 40 again. That's where he's been kicking for most of the night. And it's straight down the throat. Mr. Reliable is there, as always. But the cheese, you've got to give it to him. Brandon Smith has made a big difference since he's come onto the field. The only problem for the Roosters is he's about the only player. He's the only one really threatening at the moment. As the Panthers go back up over halfway on tackle 3. Dan Jam, ahoy mate. How are you doing tonight? Edwards to Taruva. Tackle 4, 30 out from the line. Panthers 12-0. Cleary sends Jamin 7, cutting back infield, but he's chopped down in a Brandon Smith tackle. The Cheese is a one-man team at the moment. He's doing it all. Fifth and last, 20 out. They run it. Luai. Short ball to Sorensen. Sorensen pops it back to Luai. Luai gets it back to Cleary. Runs across the face of the post, and it's called a forward pass. Forward pass called. Roosters survive. And this defense again. 3 in the tackle, driving the Roosters backwards. They need to try something a little bit different here, the Roosters. Maybe spread the ball wide early. It's risky stuff, but they're just getting lined up and driven backwards at the moment with ease. Tackle 3. 30 out from their own line. Very messy there. The short ball to Lodge. They're only going to make it a kick from inside the 40 from Brandon Smith. It's straight down the middle of the field, though, until it did not have any type of angle on it at all. And the early kick has not really reaped any reward there for the Roosters. Panthers in great field position. Cleary to Yo. Yo takes them on. The leg drive. They can't put him down. Fifth and... Oh, loose ball there. Fifth and last, though. 20 out. Cleary puts it into the end goal. The chase from Luai is a good one. But Manu's back and dives on the ball and slides over the dead ball line. It is a result, though, for the Panthers. And look at that. This combo cannot be broken up. Well, Hines wouldn't have scored that because he wouldn't be playing 6. Matt Moylan would have scored it. That was a 7 kicking for the 6. It would have been Hines kicking for Moylan. Please don't tell me we're going to talk about putting Matt Moylan in Sky Blue. Actually, has Matt Moylan played State of Origin? I remember there were pretty huge raps on Matt Moylan when he was at the Panthers. They were talking about him being the next big thing back in those days. I wonder if he got any representative football. Interesting. I'll have to look that up. Blindside play. Crichton brings it back towards the post. Still going Crichton. A second effort by Tupanua there on Crichton. Should have been a 6 again. Lucky to get away with that. Short ball from Luai to Sorensen. Oh, come on. It's not even a discussion anymore. You can't break up that combo. Scott Sorensen is over. These are not the right try scorers that I need, though. 16 points to 0. And I'm sorry, but for all the doubters out there, Jerome Luai is playing himself into a Blues jersey tonight. End of discussion. 16 points to nil. And this is very scary signs for the rest of the competition as the Panthers are starting to click slowly but surely. Yeah, I thought so. Because I remember when Matt Moylan first came around and he was playing for the Panthers, and it was big raps for him. Everyone was going on about how he was going to be the next big thing, and he just never quite hit that potential. And then the Sharks go and do Sharks things and say, oh yes, Penrith, we'll take Matt Moylan off your hands, and here, in return, you can have Jimmy Maloney. What a smart decision that was by whoever made it. Conversion from right in front, always going to be successful. 2.5 minutes to go till the break. 18 points to nil. And I'm pretty much done with my multi. The multi's done. I don't see any way that can possibly pay out now. I don't see where the Roosters are even going to get one try from, let alone two. Trent Robinson has really got to put the rocket well and truly up him at half-time. Well, that probably ended up being the right call. Paulo hat-trick. Can he share one with Teddy, though? Can Paulo get two? A double would be fine, right? Walnut Hills, ahoy! Teddy seems a bit quiet tonight, though. They've shut him down very well. Here goes Luai. Luai straight through the gap. He's got support inside and out. He goes outside and Tyrone Peachey will score. Tyrone Peachey scores after a little bit of Jerome Luai magic. $22 points to nil, and it's been the Jerome Luai show. He is playing for his Origin career. And as much as I love the Sharks and Nico Hines, it's just not even a contest. It's not even a discussion. Jerome Luai has well and truly said, don't you dare forget about me. $22 points to nil. Kick to come once again. The Panthers have scored all their points right beside the posts or under them. They are just dismantling the Roosters on the inside there. Another easy conversion. It's been a dream night with the boot for Cleary. He hasn't had to move more than 10 metres away from the posts. Tyrone Peachey winding back the clock. Scores his try. Oh, and Brandon Smith got stood up big time there by Luai. Oh, the cheese. $24 points to nil going into the break. $15 seconds to go. Panthers, they will just go through the motions. Plug the ball downfield. Oh, Cleary, dummies. Still going, Cleary. Up towards halfway. And he's cut down by Tupanua. Oh, the Panthers are just destroying them in that middle channel. 24 points to nil. The Panthers putting on a clinic. Is there a mercy rule in rugby league? Oh boy. Yeah, Ed Vogel, yes indeed. Remember when Tyrone Peachy played Origin? Remember when Jack Bird played Origin? Remember when Matt Moylan played Origin? Geez, Jack Bird, apart from one or two solid games, Jack Bird was sensational at the Sharks in 2016. I hated the fact that he left. He was one of the Sharks' standout performers. He goes to the Broncos, he stinks up the joint. He goes to the Dragons, he sticks up the joint. I wonder what happened with Jack Bird. Anyways, halftime break here. 24 points to nil. The Panthers with the lead. Only one leg of my multi down. That is disappointing. But not as disappointing as this entire game has been, I'm sure, for Roosters supporters. And look at this. The Panthers don't want to leave the field. They're still standing out there. Yeah, Jack Bird is well and truly still with the Dragons, mate. But yes, his entire career went rapidly downhill after he left the Sharks. All right, 24 points to nil. I'm going to have myself a quick break, and we will be back for all the second half action, bringing it to you live here at Wasted Water Sports. All right, Wasted Water Sports. Thanks for sticking around. This one, 24 points to nil. The Penrith Panthers over a very disappointing Sydney Roosters team. Things are just not clicking for them. But the big story of the night, in my opinion, as the teams run back out onto the paddock, the big story, Jerome Luai making quite the statement. Dan Jam, I thought you said you were going to the game. Who, me? No. I don't live anywhere near where this game is being played. Big second half incoming, Fopsy. Have faith, mate. Have faith. Needless to say... Oh, Omar. Sorry. He might be at the game. You know, it wouldn't be the first... Don't ask why I'm holding that. It would not be the first time that somebody has popped onto the stream and jumped in the chat room from the game before. I know Heel Fries has done it a couple of times with Eels games. $24 points to 0. Big second half required. I can only imagine. Boy, would I've loved to have been a fly on the wall in the changing rooms when Trent Robinson delivered his halftime speech. I can only imagine the absolute roasting that the Roosters would have gotten from their coach. He can't have been happy, obviously. There's a man who can hold his head high, the Cheese. He had some great contributions when he came onto the field. And the Panthers get first use of it in the second half. Yes, they need a huge half. They need to score early, and they need to score first. Here the Roosters in the second stanza, or it's going to turn into a long old night for them. Yo, tracking it back up. A better set defensively here from the Roosters. The Panthers only making it up just outside the 40-metre line. The kick is down to Allen, and Allen is crunched in the tackle, driven backwards. Oh, there we go again. Driven backwards. The defence is still as intense as it was in the first half. And now a penalty for offside. Here we go. This could be it. This is just what the Roosters needed. It is a long, long way back in this contest. But they get to start this set now. 40 out from the Panthers line. A try off this set. Oh, Lodge has made the error. Never mind. Never mind. And now here go the Panthers. Crichton is still going up over halfway before Radley finally brings him down. Matt Lodge on the tackle one, sorry. And a set restart on the zero tackle there. Lodge is still backtracking into the defensive line. You made the mistake, mate. You need to get up and get yourself back there quicker than that. I can't believe it. Tackle one. Matt Lodge showing why he's the greatest player to ever step foot on the field. There you go. Cleary now running. Out the back to Edwards. They've created space here, the Panthers. Edwards steps back in field. Goes to ground a metre out from the line. No, he's not even to ground. He's held up. He keeps his feet. Gets the play, the ball away. Huge line up to the left here, the Panthers. And that's where they go. Luai. The inside ball for Peachy. And Jacob Pippi. Ahoy, mate. Here's Yo to the line. Goes on his own. Straight through Matt Lodge. Fifth and last. Centimetre short. Back to Cleary. To Edwards. Edwards, dummies. Steps back inside. Gets it out to Crichton. Crichton kicks it. It's tapped down by the Roosters. It's 6 more tackles. Oh, the pressure is staying on. Salmon from dummy half. They've picked up exactly where they left off. All on the back of that Matt Lodge error on tackle one. The Roosters were about to have quality field position, attacking position, and Lodge comes up with the simple error on tackle 1. Now Luai steps 1, steps 2, tries to poke through. 4th tackle, loose, play the ball there. A loose play the ball there, and the Roosters are off the hook momentarily. And here is that replay of Matt Lodge taking the ball up. Oh, that's why Lodge was so slow to get back in the defensive line. He's having a crack at Liam Martin. I see. That makes a lot more sense. I thought he was just extremely slow to get back into the defensive line, but no. He was trying to bring back the biff. And now another relieving penalty for the Roosters. Can they hold on to the ball? Does Matt Lodge get the first hit up this time? Let's have a look. Cleary thumps it into touch. Quality touch finder as the touch judge nearly falls over a cameraman on the sideline, or a ball kid. Matt Lodge does take the first hit up, and does he hold on to it this time? He does. Bradley, big run, targeting Jamin Salmon. That's been the Panthers' only real weakness this year. It's been Jamin Salmon on defense. Teams have been... That's where Souths tore the Panthers apart in the final 5 minutes a few weeks ago. They really took advantage of Jamin Salmon's defense. Tupanua takes the Roosters inside the 20. It has to happen now for the Roosters. Cheese wastes a tackle from dummy half. That's it, 5th and last. What can they come up with? Cleary kicks it across. Everyone goes up for it. It's loose ball. Cleary dives on it in goal. It's been knocked on by Billy Smith. He's not happy about it. They're going to challenge the call. They're going to get the ball back anyway from the dropout, potentially. I don't understand why you would challenge this. Save your challenge when you're getting the ball back anyway. This is a pointless challenge, even if they win it. It doesn't make any difference. Challenge unsuccessful. All they had to do was defend a set of 6, keep the Panthers pinned down here, and they would have got the ball. I don't understand that challenge at all. Heel fries, Ahoy, and there's a big mistake on tackle 1. Everyone's got the dropsies. Brian To'o, a fired up Billy Smith, charging at To'o. He had a sneaky little look, and he spills the ball. See, I told you. I told you they were going to get the ball back. Anyway, what a waste of a challenge it was. Scrum down, though, Roosters. They've got to strike, and they've got to strike quick, smart. And it's he's lost the ball. He's lost the ball on tackle 1. Basic skills from both teams have just escaped them at the moment. And it's Billy Smith again. Oh, he just contributed to the big mistake from the Panthers, and now he's gone and popped this one out on the very first tackle. Billy Smith, you great big goof. Now it's a Panthers scrum. Can they hold on to it for more than one tackle? It's To'o. He dropped it last time. Holds on this time. And they do. Finally, one of the teams gets past one tackle. And the story of the night for the Roosters, Those very, very simple mistakes, the handling errors, basics of the game, letting the team down. Liam Martin with a big run, up over the 30. That's some go forward for the Panthers. Now they shift it left. Sorensen takes it up just shy of the halfway line on tackle 5. Cleary, the big kick down the middle of the field. Taken by Allen, and Allen is driven backwards in the tackle again. The intensity in this Panthers defense, that they've kept it up for this long, a full half, and now 8 minutes gone in the second. How are they keeping up this defensive intensity? It's unreal, and now Tupanua runs into the brick wall. Manu dummies, goes through a gap. And he's taken down by Luai in cover defense. 5th and last, just short of halfway. Oh, that was tackle 4, sorry. Here's Lodge, big Matt Lodge. Oh, he just shrugs off Isaiah Yeo. And he pops the offload away to Tupanua. That was better stuff from Lodge. But it's 5th and last now. Roosters 40 out from the Panthers line. Cleary goes high. Mr. Reliable is there. And Dylan Edwards will bring him back for the Panthers, although he changes direction, heads across field. And the Roosters have got the Panthers pinned down here. To'o goes across field. Only making a couple of meters. From dummy half goes Cleary. That's better. Outside the 20-meter line now. That was much better stuff. The Roosters doing a good job on defense at the moment. It's their ball handling on attack that's really letting them down. Luai skips around, gets the offload. Who's there waiting for it? Of course it is. Dylan Edwards. Fifth and last, the kick goes down. The USO 685 says up the Panthers. (1,194 running meters to the Panthers tonight, to the Roosters 687. Pretty well sums up the story of the game. Now they've got some space out to the left. Here goes Corey Allen, but the Panthers slide across and chop him down. Tackle 3 though, they're in Panthers territory. Lodge with another contact. Gets the ball out the back to Cleary. Oh, Matt Lodge. Stop with those offloads, mate. Just put your head down and charge forward. Look at you. You're a big unit. %0 tonight, heel fries, I'm afraid. Zilcho. Much like the Roosters scoreline at the moment. Cleary with Fisher Harris on the inside channel. Yo, to the line. Dummies goes on his own. It's 6 again. Fisher Harris. Short ball to Salmon. Salmon draws in 2 defenders. 3 now. And they're just centimetres short. Kenny fires it out to Yo. Cut out ball to Cleary. Luai skipping around. Loose ball. Gets the ball back. Covers up that one. Jerome Luai. Tackle 3. Peachy with an offload. Luai's there again. Back to Kenny. Hosking. They're still going the Panthers. Tackle 4. 10 out. Midfield. They stay left with Luai. Short ball to Sorensen. Back to Luai. Now Mitch Kenny's there. Trying to get away. Keep the ball alive. It's the 5th and last. Yo goes into dummy half. Cleary runs it. Kicks it in behind the line for Crichton. But Billy Smith is back there and grounds it. Saves the day for the Roosters. 24 points to nil it remains. My multi is shot to pieces, by the way. Shot to pieces. Not even going to be close. Oh, well, I'll get my money back at least. Short-ish dropout. It falls for the Panthers, and To'o gets away from the first tackle. Yes, on Sportsbet at the moment, if any leg fails, any leg at all fails, you get your bet returned. That's why I went for such an extravagant one tonight. Cleary, dummies, goes out wide to Luai. Luai breaks away from the tackle. It's been knocked down by the Roosters. You could have scored it, Tyrone. It was touched. Tyrone Peachy thought he was offside. It's been touched back by the Roosters, though, and that should have been a gift try for Tyrone. Short dropout. It's a better one this time from Cleary. It's tapped backwards by the Panthers. And Sonny Luke is back there. Oh, the Panthers absolutely bombed a try there. Tyrone Peachy, in fairness, he thought he was offside. But it was tapped back by the Roosters. It was play on. And it would have been the easiest try that Peachy would have scored in his life. Salmon now charging forward. Tackle 3, they're a metre short of the line again. The Panthers looking to put this game well and truly out of reach, if it isn't already. Luke out the right to Edwards. Edwards with the short ball. Salmon is cut down, 5th and last. Luke goes open side, puts the grubber kick in, and it's tapped up by Butcher. And Butcher comes down with it. And the Roosters say they're just hanging in there. It's still a long way back, but they're just hanging in there. But look at this defense of the Panthers, driving them backwards 10 metres. Oh, Manu's down. Manu's down. I think Manu's been stepped on. Manu might have had his ankle trodden on here accidentally. He is in a world of hurt. Oh, this is not good signs for the Roosters. Joey Manu is in a world of hurt here. I think he might have accidentally got trodden on. Oh, no, he didn't. He's slipped on the turf and his ankle he's hyperextended the knee or something. Oh, he is in a world of pain. Things are just not going right for the Roosters. Oh, he can't even stand up on his own, Joey Manu. Oh, boy. Well, at least he's putting some weight on it. He's obviously done for the night, but at least he's putting some weight on it, so it's not broken or anything. But the big story right now is this defense of the Panthers. The Roosters are on tackle 4, and they've barely made it outside their own 10-metre line. Lodge with the offload again. Jeez, he loves an offload, doesn't he? 5th and last, 20 metres out from their own line. The Roosters. Pressure on the kick. He gets it away, though, and Taruva will bring it back, and the Panthers will be starting this set on the halfway line. 24 points to nil, 25 minutes to go. It could easily have been more. Tyrone Peachy really didn't understand the rules of the game and just watched the ball get taken over the dead ball line. It's Salmon versus the Cheese. Jamin Salmon running into Brendan Smith. It's hard to believe there's still 24 minutes left in this game with this scoreline. Luai now steps through the first tackle, tries to get through. Cleary and Lodge. He's taken down, 20 out on the fifth and last. Cleary on the left-hand edge puts the kick in behind the line. It's a shocker of a kick for Cleary standards, but look at this defense again. Driving the Roosters backwards in every single tackle. Bobsy says, if we don't concede more than one try in this half, I'll be happy. To be honest, that first half was shocking. And here they go, spending it wide early. Tupouniua's in some space, takes on To'o, and To'o with a classic legs tackle. Cuts him down. But this is what they need to do now, the Roosters. They've got to throw it around. They've got to do something a little bit different. They can't keep going one out. They're going one out and just getting spanked in the tackles. They've got to throw it around a little bit, do something different, unexpected. From inside the 40 again, charge down from Crichton. This is going to sit up for the Roosters, is it? No! Salmon just can't get it back in the field of play. And the Roosters dodge a bullet there. The charge down could have gone absolutely anywhere. It went straight off towards the sideline. Billy Smith does well in the end there. I wondered why he wasn't playing at it, but then you saw the reason why as the Panthers slid over the touchline and the Roosters get the ball back. Up over halfway, that's a good run. Lindsay Collins, better stuff. They need more Lindsay Collinses out there. Nat Butcher this time. Some good meters here for the Roosters. Bradley out the back to Cleary, to Tedesco. Billy Smith cuts back infield, goes straight through the gap. Smith, Tedesco in support, and Tedesco pops the pass back to Stephen Crichton. And that sums it up for the Roosters. Just pushing the pass, one too many, and the mistake is made by Teddy Tedesco, of all people. Now to River, dummy, spots a gap, it closes quickly. Threat nullified for the time being for the Roosters. A one-on-one strip by the Cheese. And the Roosters get the ball back. Can they get something happening? There is still just a little flicker of hope here for the Roosters. Just a little bit of a glimmer left. But they need to get something happening now. Cleary with the short ball to Lodge. Look for the offload. He's trying. He's trying. Oh, now Lodge drops the ball. Matt Lodge's nightmare of an evening continues. They can't challenge it because they've blown their challenge earlier. And Matt Lodge just drops the ball cold, planted it on the ground in an attempt to play the ball. And that was pretty bad. I mean, that was shocking. Second half errors, 7. Second half completion rate, 55%. Roosters, that is just simply not good enough to win footy games. Panthers get the ball back, let off the hook. And it's really been the story of the night for the Roosters. Fisher Harris up over halfway. Yo breaks through the first line of defense. Tackle 4, 30 out. Cleary. Crichton cuts back infield. Beats the first up tackle. Cleary puts it high into the corner. Pressure on the kick chase. It's tapped back by the Panthers. Luai's got it. Fires it back to Fisher Harris. Yo's got it now. Still the fifth and last. Isaiah Yo with the crossfield kick. Oh, it's going to sit up for To'o. And To'o's going to score in the corner. A crossfield kick from Isaiah Yo. You've never seen anything like it. Oh, the big man's happy. Brian To'o has scored a miracle of a try. A crossfield kick from Isaiah Yo. You wouldn't believe it. Fifth and last, Panthers bat it back. It somehow ends up in the hands of Yo. And no panic. The perfectly placed crossfield kick from Big Lurch. And Brian To'o scores in the corner to get another tick on the multi for me. Oh, he loves it, the big man. He can't believe it. Unbelievable. 28 points to 0. Kick to come. Brian To'o brings up 50 career tries. And Nathan Cleary with hands down his most difficult conversion of the evening. And there is still 18 minutes to go. Still the chance for some more misery to be piled on here. $28 points to 0. I did not see this coming. I really did think. I actually even went as far as to say last night, as we were finishing up the Broncos Storm game, I'm pretty sure I even went as far as to say, I got a sneaky little feeling that the Roosters might even get away with a cheeky victory in this one. I can't believe what we've seen. Cleary from the sideline moves in, strikes it. Oh, he keeps his perfect kicking. Keeps his perfect kicking success rate alive tonight. 30 points to 0. No, it's not my fault, obviously, because I still tipped the Panthers. I just said I wouldn't be surprised. I also wouldn't be surprised. But don't worry, I did not tip the Roosters. Let's make that very, very clear. So we can't blame me for this one. And also, by the way, I've gotten myself back up into 20th position on the Wasted World of Sports tipping contest. So I'm really not traveling that badly anymore with the tips. I don't think that having my tip is the death knell that it used to be. Oh, well, we'll find out, won't we, Michelle? Because I've tipped Queensland this year before the teams have been announced. The Queensland teams and the Queensland players are just in sensational form all around the paddock. And they have to go in as favourites. Defending champions. And everyone really in stunning form. No, they'll be the underdogs for sure. They're always the underdogs. Even when they had a bloody team of future immortals from 1 to 13, they were the underdogs. 6 again here for the Roosters. They're on the attack. They've left it just a little bit too late, though. And this defensive intensity of the Panthers has not dropped off. Bradley to the line, out the back to Tedesco. Tedesco to Swatlehi. Swatlehi gets away from 2. He's still going. Just short of the line. A metre out they are, the Roosters, on tackle 2. Bradley trying to step through. Cheese from dummy half. Out the back to Radley. Cleary to Billy Smith. Billy Smith flick pass out to Corey Allen. He's not who I needed. They needed to go to the other edge. But the Roosters have finally gotten themselves on the scoreboard. 15 minutes to go. Remember what happened? I doubt that it will happen again. But Penrith, they went to sleep against the Bunnies. They fell asleep in the closing stages of the game. I very much doubt that they will make that same mistake again. But maybe, just maybe, still with 15 minutes to go, the Roosters spark something. $30 points to 4. Kick to come from out wide. Could be the difference. They really need tries. They really need tries under the sticks or thereabouts. Calm down, Christina Petrovsky. We've all gone through it. We've all gone through it. Michelle went through it last night. I'm a Sharks supporter, so I've gone through it pretty much every single season except for 2016. It happens. Sometimes our teams just suck. That's the nature of sport. Conversion unsuccessful from out wide. Swalihi. 30 points to 4. It remains. And yes, even if the Roosters do manage to pinch a few tries at the back end, they really do need to be closer to the posts because Nathan Cleary, a perfect night with the boot. But mind you, all but one of his kicks have been pretty easy. But that's just settled everything down now. See, if they had have got that 4-pointer a long time ago, the defense has just dropped off a little bit here for the Panthers now. You got the feeling like they kept up that defensive intensity because they were trying to keep the score to 0. Now that they haven't kept the score to 0, you can see they've really dropped off the defensive intensity. Cleary puts it high. Edwards perfectly positioned as always. Mr. Reliable. Just under 13 minutes to go. 13, that is. 13 minutes to go. 26 points the difference. Will the Panthers drop off like they did against Souths? They're up over halfway again. A big run from Leota. He puts everything into it, Moses Leota. Cleary kicks on tackle 4. In behind the line. Bounces in front of Tedesco. It sits up nicely for him. And he can't step away from the chase. Oh, that's a huge hit. That's a huge hit by Fisher Harris, I believe it was. Racing up out of the line. And I'm keeping an ear out for an update on Joey Manu. For the Roosters supporters, tapped on by Cleary. It's fallen at the feet of Swalihi, and he dives on it to keep the play alive for the Roosters. Tackle 4 now. Blindside, they go. Cleary with the cutout pass. Now here goes Paulo. Paulo's only got one to beat. He kicks it into the legs of Dylan Edwards. A try-saving effort by Dylan Edwards. And it's been called not played at. And Penrith will get the ball back. Oh, Dylan Edwards, the brains of that man. He just stands there and braces for impact. And Paulo kicks it straight into him. Dylan Edwards, is there anything that this man can't do? Another big moment in the game. Just sniffing out opportunities there, the Roosters, but the Panthers shutting them down. 10.5 minutes left. And a penalty to Penrith. A very relieving penalty here for the Panthers. They can thump this down the other end and go back on the attack. What was the score at half time? Who remembers? Was it 18 or 24? Because they've actually done well. They've done really well in the second half, if that's the case. Second half score would be 6 points to 4, if that's the case. So the Roosters tidied things up just a little bit in the second. Yo, he's had a big game, as usual. Isaiah Yo, taken on tackle 3, 25 out from the line. Blindside they go, the Panthers. Luai to Peachy. Peachy to Sonny Taruva. And that, just like that, through the hands go the Panthers. Sonny Taruva with the try. Simple, basic stuff there. Draw and pass. Draw and pass. Sonny Luke from dummy half created the overlap. Created the extra man. Tyrone Peachy gets on the outside of Swalihi, and that put Jackson Paulo in two minds. Do I rush in? Do I stay out? And he got caught somewhere in the middle, and Taruva goes over untouched in the corner. 34-4. Kick to come from out wide. No switching off this time for the Panthers. They're not going to make that mistake again. $34-4. An absolute shellacking. And here I was thinking this was going to be the best game of the round. Nathan Cleary, 100% success rate so far tonight. Another difficult one from the sideline. Trying to keep the streak alive. He moves in, strikes it. Oh, it's looking good. Oh, it's perfect. Nathan Cleary, 36 points to 4. A perfect night with the boot. 36-4, 8.5 minutes to go. And that look on Trent Robinson's face. We have seen that a lot so far this year. So who have the Roosters got coming up? Let's check that out. Roosters coming up against the Dragons. The Dragons next weekend, and then a bye. And then the Bulldogs, and then they meet the Panthers again. So a couple of wins incoming for the Roosters, I would dare say. A couple of wins. So don't worry too much, Roosters fans. You're still going to be there or thereabouts. Dragons, bye, Bulldogs, Panthers again, then the Knights, then the Raiders, then Manly, then another bye. They're going to start getting a few wins on the board. Have no fear. Have complete and total faith. First step, just make it to the playoffs. Make it into the top 8. objective number 1. Fifth and last here for the Panthers. Just over halfway. Cleary puts it high. Pressure on the kick chase. Oh, it bounces off the face of Taruva. And the Roosters will come away with it. Appealing for a knock on there, the Roosters, but it was off Taruva's face, I'm pretty sure. And now a loose carry and a mistake from the Roosters. Again, a basic mistake, getting up, trying to play the ball and losing it. And they have no challenges left because they burnt it on that ridiculous challenge in the first half. Might have been. Actually, it might have been early in the second. Either way, they wasted their challenge. So they haven't been able to do anything at all about these calls, which they've probably been the correct calls. But there's nothing they can do about it. Wasted their challenge. Now from the scrum base, Luai steps back in field. Almost gets away from them. Oh, he's had a cracking game tonight, Jerome Luai. Tackle 1, 10 out from the line. Leota goes on his own, puts the head down, charges into the line. More points coming up for the Panthers. One suspects. Yo out the back to Cleary. Short ball. Sorensen is cut down. 5 out from the line. Tackle 3. Luke, dummies, goes on his own. Sonny Luke almost gets there. Tackle 4. Roosters holding on. Cleary, the early grubber kick. He now taps it back. It's 6 again. Edwards calling for runners on the inside. Goes outside to Crichton instead. And they've got a full set of 6. Oh, surely the Roosters break at some point here. You hate to see it, but how can they sustain this level of pressure? They've got them completely skinned here, the Panthers, but Sorensen goes back in field. Pops it back to Jerome Luai, and Luai scores the try just to cap off his outstanding performance tonight and solidify himself as the frontrunner for the Blues Origin jersey. Jerome Luai, take a bow. He gets a try to go with all his other work around the park tonight. Well deserved. 40 points to 4. The kick from right beside the post. It's about to be 42-4. Can you believe it? Jerome Luai straight through the cheese and Lindsay Collins. Sorensen keeping the ball alive when it looked for sure the play was going to die. 4.5 minutes to go. 40 points to 4. Walnut Hills says, oh, shoot, that score went up a lot since I was last watching. Baden 944, who's winning, Rabbits or Tigers? I can't see any plausible way that the Rabbitohs don't win that game. Easy conversion, successful again for Cleary. A perfect record for him tonight. 42 points to 4, 4 minutes left. Do we dare talk about the potential of 50? The Roosters have got 4 minutes to hold on and not concede 8 more points. Because we all know the famous statistic about giving up 50 points. Short kickoff. Crichton will go up for it, and Crichton will win uncontested. Panthers in great field position. How much will the Rabbitohs win by? I would say 12 plus. 12 plus. Into Roosters territory they go again. Hosking has his pants pulled down on the 40-metre line. Now Leota off the Cleary short ball. Fifth and last, Penrith. Luke spots a gap from dummy half. Grubbers in behind the line. Paulo's back. Paulo loses it. It's going to sit up for the Panthers, and it's going to be another try. Tyrone Peachey scores it. Oh, let's talk about 50. There's still 3 minutes to go. 46-4 kick to come. We can absolutely discuss the potential of 50 now. Sonny Luke with great vision. Oh, Api Coruscant, move over. The youngster is here. And Jackson Paulo makes an absolute mess of it at the back. And Peachey is there to pick up the scraps. 46 points to 4. And KO's just crashed again. Yippee! Go KO. Go KO. $46 points to 4. 3 minutes remaining. I can't believe what we are witnessing to the Sydney Roosters. Unbelievable scenes. Try confirmed. No switching off for the Panthers this week. Cleary. This is an interesting kick for Cleary. They've either been right in front or out on the sideline. He's never had one from here before. He's put it through, though. Nathan Cleary keeps the perfect record alive with the boot tonight. 48 points to 4. 2.5 minutes left. Can the Panthers crack 50? You know what's going to happen. Nathan Cleary is going to have a shot at 2-point field goal if he's anywhere near within range. Thank you very much for the follow too, by the way, whoever that was over there on Twitch. Very much appreciated. Gamer Mel, good night. Hope you enjoyed the game. Back underway. 2.5 minutes. The story of the game has now become, can the Penrith Panthers rack up 50 against the Sydney Roosters? Fisher Harris with the hit up. They're going to have a couple of sets at least and have a crack at it. And don't be surprised, it would just sum up the night if there's a 2-point drop goal from Nathan Cleary to bring up the 50. It'd be poetic in a way. Hoskins had a big night. Another big run from him as the Panthers go up towards the halfway mark on tackle 4. Sonny Luke catching the cheese, a bit slow at marker there. Surprised he didn't get a 6 again. But here we go, 5th and last. Where's Cleary? Cleary's out to the right. No thought of it. He's running to the line. Oh, they've created space again here for To'o to kick back in field. It pops up very nicely for Collins. Lindsay Collins, of all people, the big prop. Getting back there. And covering off the crossfield kick. Roosters, this will be probably their last set of the game. Can they bag a consolation try? Tedesco in at dummy half. Now poking his nose through is Radley. And he makes some good post-contact meters up over halfway on tackle 4. The Panthers will get one last shot at it. Cleary runs it to the line. Billy Smith's had a strong game, but he's cut down by Crichton and To'o. 5th and last, Roosters. Cleary puts it high. The kick chase from Tedesco's a good one. It's batted back. It's play on. Oh, the Roosters. Billy Smith will score a consolation try. They will not concede 50 points. There's still a premiership hope then. There's still a premiership hope. Oh, it's gone up as no try. We're looking for an offside. Oh, he's offside by a mile. Oh, jeez, he's offside. I have never seen a player as far offside as that in my entire life. Does he stay with it outside 10 metres? You're going to have to say no. You're going to have to say no. He was offside by a long, long way. So that try will not be awarded. No consolation for the Roosters. And now the Panthers have got 28 seconds to have a crack at the 50. The cheese doesn't look happy. Maybe we should get another shout out off him. Or maybe we should just leave him alone now. They're a long, long way out of range here, the Panthers. And they're basically going to have one tackle. Can the Roosters keep their premiership hopes alive by not conceding 50 points? They're going to have one play. And they just kick it into... They don't care about the 50. They do not care about the 50, the Penrith Panthers. 48-4 is more than sufficient for them. Oh, wow. I really thought this was going to be the best game of the round. I really did. But it wasn't a game. It was a shame for Roosters supporters. Absolutely spanked here. Just a dominating performance all around. They set the tone early, did the Panthers. Their defense, 2, 3 in the tackle, always driving the Roosters backwards. Every single contact. Whether on attack or defense, the Panthers were going forward, always. And the Roosters were just never in with a shot. All right, Wasted World of Sports, thank you very much for joining us. That will more than likely be the last game that I do this weekend, because I've got a lot of other stuff happening. No, actually, I won't say that. I was going to suggest that maybe I do one of the early games tomorrow, but looking at what the early games are, I'm really not interested. I can't stand the Rabbitohs. They've very quickly risen up and become my most hated team in the competition. And then by the time the Cowboys and Dragons start at 5:30, I'll have to seriously be considering getting on my way. So that will be the last of the games for the Wasted World of Sports this weekend. But we will be back, of course, next week, round 12, kicking off with a huge match. A massive, massive game on Thursday night. Thank you very much for the follow there, Jono Goated. Thursday night, Broncos versus Panthers. Suncorp Stadium. It's going to be a big one, and if the Panthers play like they did tonight... Remember, I made a very bold prediction a few weeks back when I made a Broncos supporter in the chat room cry by stating that they haven't proved anything to me about their premiership credentials yet. And I said I'll judge the Broncos based on how they go after the Panthers put 50 on them at Suncorp Stadium. And I tell you what, if Adam Reynolds is out, I wonder how Adam Reynolds pulled up. If Adam Reynolds is still out for the Broncos and the Panthers play like this, I might not be too far wrong. So that's coming up. That'll be the next stream. Thursday night, Broncos, Panthers at Suncorp. And the Panthers have just fired a huge, huge warning shot tonight. Whilst the Roosters were sloppy in every area of the game, that was still a dominant and clinical performance from the Panthers. And Jerome Luai just ended the debate. stamped his authority on the Blues number 6 jersey this year with that performance. All right, Wasted World of Sports. Thank you very much for your company this weekend. Round 11. Mother's Day coming up. And I've got a show to go to tomorrow night. So that will be the last of the games for us for this round. But we'll be back for round 12. Thursday night, Broncos Panthers. See you then. Thank you very much for joining me for this one. And enjoy the rest of your night. Until then, cheers.